Today I'm at Artistic Pursuit, a brand new studio for the arts here in Westmont and home to the Artistic Pursuit Dance Company, which includes a regional company for newer dancers and a national company for those who are ready to compete at the highest level. Artistic Pursuit offers all kinds of dance classes, including acro, adult dance, ballet, conditioning, contemporary, hip-hop, lyrical, dance for theater, tap, top dance, and my personal favorite, TikTok hip-hop. That's going to be my next video, and it's going viral for all the wrong reasons. I dance like a white boy. It's not pretty. As always, a reminder to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. I'm Eric, owner and designated managing broker at Eric Andersen Homes, and we're going to have a look around the facilities here at Artistic Pursuit and sit down and talk with Ashley Payne, the owner and visionary behind this studio. So I'm here with Ashley Payne, owner and director here at Artistic Pursuit. Ashley, owning a studio must be a dream come true for you.
It is, absolutely. I moved to Chicago about 11 years ago now, and it was the goal from day one was to eventually have my studio. So it took a little bit longer than planned, but we are here, and it is awesome, and it is absolutely a dream come true.
So this was sort of the plan all along then?
All along, yes. We started scoping places out back when I first moved here. My father-in-law would look at every dance studio he passed, every Blockbuster that went out of business, and we would start looking at all those spaces, and finally it has come true.
So what is Artistic Pursuit? Can you talk a little bit about classes or what it is you do here?
Absolutely. Artistic Pursuit in its most general of senses is a fitness, dance, and movement studio. So bringing any sort of movement we can to people's lives. We have a dance company, APDC, that we have based out of here. We've got about 40 kids on that company right now that they'll be doing competitions and things in the spring. We also will be offering fitness classes for all ages, as well as movement classes. A lot of people don't want to sign up their little ones for a quote-unquote dance class, but everyone needs movement in their lives, especially those little ones. So we work on coordination and balance and all of those little things, and also just kind of being in that classroom situation, which is something we've not been able to do over the last year and a half. So getting kids out of their homes, off of screens, and really getting them into a movement space.
Yeah. Okay, and this is sort of all ages, so starting with little ones and going up through adult?
Yep, the youngest classes that we offer right now start at 18 months old, and it's a mommy and me class. And then once they are, ready to leave mom, we've got that 2 to 3 year old age range where we do like a top class where they've got about 30 minutes with an instructor, small group settings, so that they can keep their attention. And then we progress up to our oldest kids, our seniors in high school, and then we move beyond that into some adult classes. We have an adult class on Saturdays where they'll get a whole range of styles. So if they've always wanted to learn ballet, we'll give them a ballet class. If they just like to move, one week we'll do more of a fitness class. But to moms and dads who want to live out that part that they might not have gotten to do, or they did in high school and they missed it, we'll bring that back to them as well.
So looking over the bios of your faculty, it looks like you have some really world-class dancers here. Can you talk a little bit about maybe some of the projects they've been involved in or their background?
Absolutely. So I'm one of few that's not actually from the area. I'm from originally New York, and so a lot of these people have grown up in the area and then gone on to do amazing things. They've worked with Britney Spears, they've worked with Beyonce, they have worked for Disneyland and Disney World and been on every big stage. One of them was a magician's assistant and lived in India and China and was the disappearing act. And we've done, you know, they've done all sorts of crazy, you know, cool things. And we also continue to bring in additional people who are, you know, from New York and from, you know, LA that just want to come and work with the kids. So we bring them in as well. We've got a new ballet teacher who, not only is she an incredible ballet teacher, but she is a part of Second City, and so she's a comedian as well.
Oh, wow.
And she's a writer. She's written for Dance Magazine, so she's all about the healthy mindset for a dancer, which is a really hard thing to think. You would think it would go hand in hand, but you know, it can be a really kind of grueling industry, and so she's all about, you know, mental health and positive reinforcement. So couldn't be happier with what we've got.
What about your own background in dance? How long have you been dancing? What's your path been like?
I grew up in Buffalo, New York, and was a competitive dancer and did what we do with our APDC company, travel and do competitions, both on a local scale and on a national scale. And then I went to Point Park University in Pittsburgh, and I got my degree in dance from Point Park. After that, I moved to New York, where I got to do some films, some television, some commercials, a little bit of modeling. I had a stint where I lived in Miami for a short period of time, went back to New York, and then when I met my husband, ultimately, it was time to come to Chicago. So that's where I got more into the choreography and back into the teaching.
So other than opening the studio, what's the craziest or best thing you've done in dance? Like a favorite memory or? Oh
man, I mean, I've gotten to do a couple, you know, really cool like commercial shoots where I worked with Sofia Vergara. I was celebrated Oreo's 100th birthday, so I literally danced around downtown Chicago with, you know, a giant Oreo, and it was actually one of the best times ever. So it's just those like little things that have popped up that you like don't realize are going to be you know, life-changing.
Right. I don't think people realize just how competitive and intense training is for dancers, professionally speaking. Could you maybe talk about what the typical day in the life of a dancer might look like?
Absolutely. So, I mean, in here at Artistic Pursuit, our goal is to kind of customize and tailor each experience for each kid. We've got kids here that want to do their POMS teams in high school, so we're training them to work on those things. And it might be just a few classes, or it might be, you know, working on a full curriculum, which involves, you know, 2 ballet classes a week, a strength and flexibility class, and or a turns and progressions class, and then there's styles. Our goal is to keep them as versatile as possible, so offering things from contemporary to jazz to lyrical to tap, which is one of my favorite styles, and bringing in musical theater aspects as well, so that they get a full, well-rounded training. And so if you kind of add up all those hours, if they do take everything, they're here about 15 hours a week.
Wow, okay. And then what is it like competing?
You know, everyone has, you know, different aspects that they like about it. What I've always loved is going to these competitions that also offer conventions. So the kids get to compete, but then they also get the opportunity to learn from those judges and learn from the faculty and be in a classroom setting with them as well. So that's why I like it. I like to go meet new people. I like to go meet and be inspired by the other works that we see. And I think that can be really motivating for them as well.
For those who want to go on and pursue a career in dance, what might they expect in terms of, you know, training? And I mean, it's not just like you dance a little bit here and there. Like there's a lot of physical conditioning and commitment. I'm sure dietary.
Absolutely, yes. Keeping track of, you know, just healthy eating on a whole. You know, working. You know, there's like that cross training aspect. So if you are like a runner, you swim. If you are a biker, you run. You do all of those things. So dancers, you know, it's really about, for me, it's injury prevention, and really being on top of those things. So really doing muscle conditioning, you know, working with light weights and things like that, focusing on, you know, if you watch a dancer walk down the hall, we are always kind of in that penguin pose as we walk down the hall. And it's actually getting you, like, I had to be trained to walk with my feet parallel and to, you know, balance out the muscle conditioning on both sides. So, you know, we try to make sure that they're focusing on things like that. And honestly, you know, like for me, it's having those other outside experiences. It's really nice for them to not always be here, even though when they are here and they want to be here, it is getting those experiences in doing either theater productions, vocal lessons, you know, volunteering, things like that. So balancing all of that out, I think, just ultimately helps, you know, later in life.
Can anybody learn to dance?
I genuinely believe that anyone can learn to dance.
See, in music school, I had voice teachers say anybody could sing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true in dance? I mean,
I wouldn't believe your voice teacher because I can't sing for anything. They try, maybe a little bit I can, but I truly believe anyone can dance because I don't think it's always necessarily about the technique. I think the biggest underlying part is the vulnerability in which you expose yourself. So that's kind of, we're trying to create a safe place for these kids to where they feel like and adults, when they walk in that they're like, there's no judgment, there's no bias, I am myself and what I bring to the table is a wonderful thing.
For sure. I mean, I think, at least for me, I don't know if this is true maybe for everyone else, it's such a vulnerable, you feel self-conscious whether it's singing or dancing, almost like you're up there naked,
Absolutely,
exposed,
yeah.
and it's scary.
It is, and it's one of those, skills that you tap, once you get comfortable with dance, you're like, oh, I could never imagine, not dancing, but then for me, it was the singing aspect, where I was like, oh my God, I can't do this, oh my God, I can't do this, they're judging everything about me, and it was just, I hadn't built that confidence within myself, and that, ability to just kind of let go. And I even ran into that when I started choreographing. I felt like, wow, this is a lot of myself that I'm really exposing right now. Yeah. And there's a lot to be judged and looked at. So it's, how you work through all of that and then just, keep trying.
Is it just a matter of practice, repetition? Are there any strategies or other things that you can do to get more comfortable?
I'm definitely a component,
the mindset part of it?
The mindset part, comes with time, I think. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get. Positive reinforcement goes a long way. I'm not an over complimenter, but I do believe that when the work is shown and the progress is shown and the growth is shown, that, those things should be complimented and rewarded. And I think that just ultimately helps everyone.
Well, I've had my eye on the, is it hip hop TikTok class?
Yep.
So you're going to get me to do the viral video. It's going to be awesome.
It. Yes.
Artistic Pursuit here in Westmont. You can find contact information, links to the website, and everything you need below. I'm Eric with Eric Andersen Homes, here to remove the headache from real estate and provide expert guidance for your next purchase or sale.